I imagine the last few laps of the 2018 Sprint Car World Championship are a pretty vivid memory. Can you walk us through what it was like battling it out with Reitzel in the last moments of that event? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you once again for tuning in to the Ohio Dirt Track Podcast. My name is Clint.
And I am Jacob, and today we have another excellent guest on the show. We have the Steel City Outlaws, the defending champion of the Sprint Car World Championship, Tim Shaffer. Tim is 22nd all-time on the Outlaw win list with 25. He is 4th all-time on the All-Star win list with 64. He is the 2010 Knoxville Nationals winner, as I said, the defending winner of the Sprint Car World Championship, and he is 3-time Ohio Speed Week champ in 2011, 2013, and 2017.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we give you the Steel City Outlaw, Mr. Tim Shaffer. All right, we're here on the phone with Mr. Tim Shaffer. Tim, thank you for taking the time to talk with us here on the podcast today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Are you're traveling today, or you staying local?
Waiting on the weather like we have all year, So we're going to Fremont tonight on an All Star Show, and here we are again. The weather don't look great, but it's part of it, and we just keep plugging along and trying to get laps in this year. It's been the toughest thing. We got a new car out, we're trying to learn it, and the rain's winning the race is not up.
Yes, it's definitely been a frustrating beginning of this season, not just in Ohio, but across the country. You can't win when you're fighting against Mother Nature. So, Tim, if you don't mind, can you tell me, just let us know really quick, where you got started in racing, what your first experiences were? Were they in a sprint car? Was it go-karts?
Yeah, actually, I did start in karts when I was about 9 years old, and I ran them until they were 6-15. And I got into 410 Sprint at Sharon Speedway, where I started in 85, actually. They didn't have 305s, but 360s back then. You jumped in a 410 and went at it, and it was quite an experience.
So, Tim, do you remember what your first sprint car win was, or where it was, who you were racing for?
It was a race for ourselves. Me and my mother had a car for 9 years. It would have been, I think, Sportsman Speedway. Remember on the Sunday we went up there, and I think 2 weeks later we went to Sharon and ended up winning there. So it took a long time in my career to get going. Can't remember, it was 7-8 years before we won a race. But it seemed like when I started winning, it really took off, and the career took off.
So you've won some pretty big races in your career. Do you have a favorite or most memorable win?
Oh, no doubt, Knoxville Nationals in 2010. It was a great season all year long. I won 21 features. We were a team with CH Motorsports and crew chief Brian Kavanaugh. We really clicked together, and had, I think, 4 or 5 years that was really awesome. And you look back at them years, and it's all about getting the right people around you, and you can get all the right parts and pieces, but you still got to have good people around you. And days were pretty awesome.
Tim, what would you say your favorite track to run right now is? What location do you look forward to going to each season?
Honestly, it really don't have a favorite anymore. It's really the last one you want at your favorite. I seem to been seeing a lot of different tracks all over the place. So, your favorite is one you've won at or done your best at lately. That's what you can go off of.
Is there a track or an event that you haven't been to that you still want to get to and race?
Well, I don't think so. I've been fortunate enough. I've run all over the country, and I've been to Australia about 6-7 times. And, it's been a great, career's been great. Hopefully I got some life left in me yet. I'm looking at another 4 or 5 years, and doing this stuff as long as I can be healthy and competitive. I'll do it. That's my goal.
Is there a race that you still wish that you could win today?
There's no doubt. Kings Royal's big. We used to have the big one out there. That was always one I wanted to win. And the Kings Royal this year is going to pay $175,000. So just to win it, it's the money, but it's about winning that race. It's a hard race to win. So just like Knoxville Nationals, we were fortunate enough to win that race, and we won Lernerville Silver Cup a couple times, and I've been very fortunate to put ourselves in position to win some of these races. It's very hard. It's always been hard, and it seems like it's getting harder each day.
I imagine the last few laps of the 2018 Sprint Car World Championship are a pretty vivid memory. Can you walk us through what it was like battling it out with Reitzel in the last moments of that event?
Yeah, that's it seemed like it was a game with the lights. Each time we had yellows out, the yellow would go out going down the back straightaway. And that particular time, the yellow stayed on until I got into 3, and they were saying going green last second. Well, I was down on the bottom of the track. I needed to be up on the hill. I knew Aaron's had advantage on me on that restart, and basically I had to slide myself and kind of block. Never got away from him, so it made it really interesting. And it would have been really hard to lose that one, but it worked out. And, it's a great event. What a great facility. Cody Summer does a great job, and all those guys that work for him. And they're building that place to be something that it's going to be something in the future. And it takes time. And, they're doing a great job. We look forward to going back this coming week, and we can do the best we can. We get put ourselves in position, and a lot of people keep talking and about repeating, but at the end of the day, you got to put yourself in position and have some luck. Anything can happen in sprint car racing, especially on dirt track. I'm not one that's going to brag and say, yeah, we're going back and kick everybody's butt. But, our main goal is to go back and put ourselves in position. And that's basically what you got to do in racing.
That was one of the most exciting races I've personally ever seen. I was standing on the hill I was standing on turn 3, and I'm not sure my feet were touching the ground those last couple of laps.
So you're going into this year's Sprint Car World Championship as the defending champ. Do you have high expectations again? Do you feel like there's added pressure, like there's a target on your back? How do you feel going into this year's Sprint Car World Championship?
It's this year with all these rainouts and stuff. Like I said, we're fighting the car a little bit. We're trying to learn it, and the rainouts are not helping us do that. So we're gonna go there, do the best we can, and it's hard to say really at the end of the day what can happen. And like I said, all we can do is put ourselves in position the best we can. And you got to have some luck, but you got to have it, everything. You got to be prepared. And we're definitely prepared. Look forward to going. It's right around the corner. It's next week too.
Mm-hmm.
So, it'll be interesting.
So you and that Damon Rudzik team, they seem unbeatable at times. Do you have some secret that makes you guys unbeatable at times, or is it just having good people around you?
Well, that's key. Me and Cody Jacobs, we work great together. We communicate, and it go back to that's your main. There's no secret. It's about communication. And when you're two chief and the driver can communicate, you can make things happen. You're going to do the right things throughout the night. You're not guessing. That's what makes you so successful, night in and night out.
One of the things that's pretty hot conversation right now is the tractor tires inside the turns. This is something that has been talked about quite a bit on Twitter. Tony Stewart hit one last night. Pittman hit one last night with the Outlaws. And Jacob nor I are drivers. We're both fans, so we're interested to hear what you as a driver, what your thoughts are the use of tractor tires inside the turns on the track.
It's very, I don't know how you want to say it. I don't like them. They can get people hurt, tear up front ends, number of things, and I have a kart track, if I put tires out there, them guys are going to run into them all the time. And I do exactly what Knoxville does. I put a berm up there. A berm, if you get too far in it, it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna make a good lap. You cannot beat a berm. I've been all over the place, seen a bunch of racing. The tires, sometimes being lazy. Some places say they can't make a berm, but everybody can. If you got a grader, you can make one. But you got to make it high enough. And the key is you got to pack it in tight. These guys do make a berm, and it's got all them little chunks of mud. It looks like softballs. So them things give you big black and blue marks all over you when they hit you. And the berm don't stay together. So if you're gonna build a berm like Knoxville, that's stout, but you can run it in with your grader and make a good berm. That's how I'm at with that. Then
I appreciate you giving us your take on that. Like I said, it's something that a lot of people are talking about right now, and we want to hear it from a driver. So what do you, for the rest of the year, obviously Sprint Car World Championship next week, Fremont tonight, what do you think your plans are looking like for the rest of the year?
Well, this season we have 103 shows scheduled for us. I think there's 55, 56 with Outlaws, and 30-some with All Stars, and there's all kind of different things we have in there. And basically our schedules for our team, what fits our team, money-wise and time for everybody. Try to keep everybody happy. I mean, it's impossible, but you do the best you can. And we made our own schedule, and I'm not following, the Outlaws or the All Stars. Makes it nice for me, and I think it makes it nice for the whole team.
I have one more question for you, Tim. We talked to Jack Hodenshield earlier this week, and it seems like you guys are pretty good buddies. What is your best Jack Hodenshield story?
I ran second to him at Eldora twice, and just following him was amazing. The things he was doing on a race car there and getting away with it. that always sticks in my head. Like, I started running the same lines, and wow, they do work, But he's amazing there. He's fun to watch there. Boy, if anybody can run second to Jack's the guy. Really a great person, and we do get along really good. And that's actually where I'm at right now, right down the road from him. Yeah, I've seen him do a lot of crazy stuff there at Eldora and get away with it. So mainly, I remember Jack.
Jacob, unless you have anything else, I think we'll let him get to his food.
Yep, that's all I got for you, Tim. Don't want to hold you up from Bob Evans.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today. We appreciate you taking time out on the road to talk to us. And best of luck tonight, and we look forward to seeing you next week when you come through my part of my neck of the woods here in Mansfield.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tim.
We are very appreciative to Mr. Shaffer for taking time while he was waiting on his lunch to give us a quick interview there. We hope you enjoyed it. At this time, I'm going to kick it over to Jacob to give you a recap of Friday night's All-Star race in Attica, Ohio. Make sure you check out episode 3 as it comes out later this week. Jacob will also be giving a recap from Fremont, assuming the weather holds out and they get to race tonight. Episode 3 will also bring another driver interview that we hope you will enjoy. Take it away, Jacob.
Howdy folks, Jacob here. I'll give you a quick recap over Friday night's events with the All-Star Circuit Champions from the Attica Raceway Park. 40 All-Stars made the call to Attica on a gorgeous Friday night. Aaron Reitzel set quick time in the time trials, setting a 12.307. Heat 1 went to Cap Henry. Heat 2 was won by Brock Martin. Heat 3 won by Max Stambaugh. Heat 4 was won by Buddy Kofoid. All 4 heat races were won by locals over the All-Stars. Dash 1 saw Brock Zierfrost take the victory. He would start inside pole. And Dash 2 saw Buddy Kofoid win, so he would be on the outside of row 1. In the B main, your 4 transfers were Andrew Parker, Spencer Baston, Nate Dussel, and Greg Wilson. So your top 10 starters for the feature, 40 laps, would be Brock Zierfrost, Buddy Kofoid, Aaron Reitzel, Dale Blaney, Jack Hodenshield, Chris Andrews, Cap Henry, Sean Dancer, Max Stambaugh, and Brock Martin. It was Brock Zierfrost who got off to a smoking hot start over Buddy and Aaron initially. Reitzel slid Buddy on lap 2, but Greg Wilson stopped in the backstretch and Jordan Ryan blew up, bringing out the first caution. Zierfrost stretched out his lead on the restart over Reitzel and Buddy. Zierfrost reached lap traffic on lap 8, which allowed Reitzel to close up on him. Zierfrost proved to be excellent through traffic, extending his lead back out over the 87 on lap 11. Cautions for Travis Philo brought everyone back together again, and we would see if anyone could do anything to stop the 70. Another caution on the restart saw Brock Martin half spin and then get T-boned by TJ Michael, who had nowhere to go in turn 1. This led to another restart, which Reitzel nailed. He slid Zierfrost for the lead, but he wasn't able to make it stick, and Zierfrost zoomed right back by Reitzel, was pulling away by lap 14. While all this was going on, Hodenshield and Cap Henry had resumed their evening-long battle and were racing for 4th around the lap 16 mark. Zierfrost was back in traffic again on lap 16 or 17, which allowed Reitzel to close right back up to him. The 11N of Buddy Kofoid was never far behind those two either.